These locks form strands of solidified brainwave. So in the same way these words bounce when I talk, these locks bounce when I walk. So jogging would be rhyming and running frantically would be freestyle. Metaphor, simile, adverb, hyperbole, adjacent, congruency, bisect the symmetry of kinetic energy at terminal velocity, inertia, and tension. Newtons per square inch, I am the sunburster of this dimension. See, I am linked with height, volume, and area. Walking the circumference of your perimeter as a carrier of divine messages in common prose. Magnificently and obvious like the Bible code. I am James Evans Jr., Dynamite Explode.
Peace.
For my Big Bang Theory started here.
And I am the creator of Locked Up Naturally. Locked Up Naturally will explore and defuse a lot of the myths that come along with individuals such as myself that have locks via commercials, corporate America, or just every day your family, asking the questions about how do you clean them, how do you maintain them, what do you use on your hair, all those questions that we've endured over the years. So without further ado, I want to get into the documentary portions, and feel free to add your logs to our log here at YouTube/Locked Up Naturally. Peace.
Or 11 years and 9 months.
What made you decide to lock?
I was tired of being typecast, so I just started to find, I guess, awareness of self through cutting off my hair. And after I cut my hair off, like completely bald, it was freeing, like really, really freeing. I really started to look into the idea of locks and fell in love with the idea of extending myself and through my hair. And so when my hair started to grow back, I got kind of a half afro and decided before I fell in love with the afro to go ahead and lock it. And so I did the 2 strands. That's how I started, was with 2 strands. Once I did the 2 strands, I decided, you know, I'm not gonna take them loose, that I would definitely lock, and that's why I locked. I try and wash it at least twice a month. My hair is very long, and my locks, although they're thin, there's a lot of hair in each lock, and so it takes like 12 hours for my hair to air dry, and so I can't wash it every week. It's just not feasible for me. I try not to over oil. I retwist it, you know, after I wash it. I try not to twist it too much. That's another thing. You can twist your locks off, so you don't want to over twist your hair either. I make all my own products for my hair. As far as shampoo goes, I make a rinse for a conditioner, and then I use a couple of products as far as oiling goes. I use vitamin E, which is really, really good, but it's very, very thick, so you don't want to use that too often. I do that when I see my scalp is like really dry. Not flaky, but dry. Flaking is something totally different. That has to do with acidity of your scalp. So flaking is something totally different than dry scalp. When my scalp is really dry, I use vitamin E on it. When I twist it, I try and use a compressed vegetable oil on my scalp to help with the retention of the twisting. I don't use any gels on my hair at all. I find gels dry my scalp out, and so I don't like gels on my hair. I've never used a wax, any kind of wax on my hair. Wax builds up. You can't get it out of the locks once they start growing, so I don't use wax. Generally, I use some sort of compressed vegetable oil on my hair. And I do try and retwist it if it gets kind of too puffy. Because I am in corporate America and I don't want there to further be typecast there at all. So I try and, you know, keep them, you know, maintained as much as possible, but I don't overdo it at all. Like I said, like 2-3 weeks I wash it and retwist it. That's how I care for them. That's my maintenance. My name's The Light, and you're watching Locked Up Naturally.
And these locks are the trails of comets exiting my atmosphere to penetrate the womb of space and impregnate time with a ticking sound. I'm laying down the law within the law of expression to learn lessons, answer questions, and still keep the world guessing at my next move. Lost move, yo, I ain't got nothing to prove. Opposition and checkmate, got nowhere to move. I lost a few screws and replaced them with black rivets in the midnight hour with Wilson Pickett aggravating you like crickets in the summertime. I stopped talking and telekinetically hum a rhyme like, oh. These locks sprout out of my dome. The whole universe is my home. And I've flown from the terra astral to the cosmic. I rock in every form from pebbles to comics, utilizing every pace from snail to sonic. And I've weathered every storm from tsunamis to cyclones. You see, these thunderous poems would crack the backbone of a jellyfish. Cause these locks of my thoughts split into spirals. My skull is the word of God, this is the Quran, this is the Bible, these are holy tablets and these are God body lessons. And in the back I got 360 questions you can ask anybody who's stepping to me. Cause these locks are free, these locks are hip hop, these locks are rock and roll, these locks are underground cause these locks got soul, these locks are sunrises, these locks are sunsets, and this one in the front is my first time on stage. Mic check.